Ever since I was small, I wasn't the type of kid that used to play around outside. I would stay inside and try to figure out how like stuff worked. I was just curious of like what were the insides of a radio, and I grabbed my dad's Walkman. I ended up tearing it apart and didn't know how to put it back, and so I lost a lot of screws in the process, and I broke the motherboard of the Walkman. He mentioned it the other day. He's like, I didn't expect you like going from doing that to like actually working on a robot and like using it towards like trying to make a career out of it.
Go to the main part of the code that actually drives the robot. Okay, yeah, so this is the state machine, remember that we had? We had the if statement.
Well, I've always liked physics, and I've always been, I don't like science, which is kind of odd, and I really don't like math, and I'm not a builder. So last year, actually the same mentor who's working with me this year, his name's Paula, he and I just took on coding, and I got it. It's easy to me, but it's hard, but it's a fun learning experience, so I just stuck with it.
If the difference is greater than...
I like to work with my hands in general. With like after this, I'm going to be going to a trade school for auto mechanics. So this will be a time kill, like a little more experience on hands-on work.
This year, the competition is that we have to build a robot that's gonna be able to pick up like plastic food. So they're called nom-noms in the competition. So they're gonna be set up in a field, and there's gonna be a big round table in the middle, and the team with the most robots that can sweep them out onto their side and ends up with more counts of nom-noms in their side is gonna be the winner.
We're using a conveyor belt, and we have a different drive, a holonomic drive, so that it's easier to get around. So it's easier to move it moves like a crab would. So it moves diagonally and side to side.
I do the coding, which helps the robot move. So go backwards, forward, side to side. It's the brain of the robot, so I do that. Without coding, the robot won't be able to move, it won't be able to drive, it won't be able to do anything. So you kind of need the coding in order to win the competition.
I think they're humble. I think they're selling, but I think they're more selling themselves shorts. I think this is very difficult to do, and they just don't realize how much they're actually getting done.
It's a good opportunity. It opens a lot of doors. And I just feel like young women should be a part of it. It's not just a guy thing.
For me, it's both fun and passionate because I really like just like anything that has to do with technologies.
It's exciting to see all the different skill levels that other people have around the Bay Area.
Sam, why aren't you doing this? You're better at this.
I think one of the biggest surprises to me is how unintimidated they are. On the one hand, I think it is very special that kids who are not supposed to be, who are not expected to be achieving these things are achieving them. But on the other hand, I see these kids every day, and it doesn't surprise me in the least that they're excelling at something outside of the classroom.
There it is. I plan on going to UC Berkeley, so when I do, I want to be able to mentor the high schools that come in.